Thank you, Mr. Chair. You know, after studying this and after discussion yesterday, I find it a little disturbing, that we start projects and then we stop it, for some reason or another. So anyways, today I'd like to make an amendment to add $1 million from the State Water Plan Fund for the study of the Arbuckle Group formation and for a water injection dredging demonstration project at Turtle Creek Lake for FY 2022. It increased the transfer from the Economic Development Initiatives Fund to the State Water Fund or Plan Fund by $1 million by FY 22. Decrease the transfer from the Economic Development Initiative Fund to the State General Fund by $1 million for FY 22. What's that? Yes. You want me to repeat that? I'm sorry. I could. Is that better? Okay. I apologize. I didn't think I was that far away. Anyways, I want to make an amendment for the Arbuckle study and water injection dredging. Add $1 million from the State Water Plan Fund for the study of the Arbuckle Group formation and for a water injection dredging demonstration project at Turtle Creek Lake for FY 2022. That'll increase the transfer from the Economic Development Initiatives Fund to the State Water Plan Fund by $1 million for FY 2022. It decreased the transfer from the Economic Development Initiatives Fund to the State General Fund by $1 million for FY 2022.
Representative Gardner.
I second it, Mr. Chairman, but also I support this initiative. Remember yesterday we talked about Economic Development Initiative Fund, and that's money that flows from the gaming fund to $42 million to economic development. So what we're doing here is we're taking money out of the Economic Development Fund for $1 million, correct, Victoria, and then transferring over to SGF.
So it's
Representative, are you through, Mr. Go ahead and finish.
Let me just finish,
right.
Mr. Chairman. And I'm doing that, and I'm seconding Representative Newland because these were some of the enhancements that they wanted to do. They had in their budget that they were the resources. The governor did not recommend those enhancements. So what Representative Newland's doing is adding the money to go ahead and do those enhancements in 2022. But that's it, Mr.
Representative Hahn.
Representative Gartner, so just so I'm clear, so those, that fund and that transfer, those aren't tax dollars that are going to be newly generated. Those are funds that are already there from the gaming.
From the, that flow into the Economic Development Initiative Fund, which is about $42 million. And as I said, they go to various various departments for various things. For example, one of them is the water plan, 500,000. We should be really taking $2 million by statute out of that and flowing into the water plan, but we haven't done it since 2009 or earlier. So these are just funds that are swept over. Whatever's left goes over to SGF. So we're taking $1 million of that and saying, no, we're going to allocate it to these two projects versus letting government just sweep it.
As a follow-up, if I may, so if you don't earmark them, then they just get swept up. That's basically the idea. And why are we not using the full amount from statute?
Good question. I also sit on legislative post-audit, and we did a post-audit of the Economic Development Initiative Fund last year. We wanted some of those questions answered, and the post-audit basically said the way the statute reads on how we distribute those funds, we're not following. We're not following the statute. So I have urged, for example, my own personal opinion, all 42 million ought to go to economic development. And I classify water as one of those. But to have the government sweep 16 million, 15 million, because it's not being utilized is ridiculous, in my opinion. And so I've urged the House Commerce Committee and the Senate Commerce Committee to re-look and restructure the Economic Development Initiative Fund. And no one has done anything about it at this point, but hopefully in the future, for example, we have money going to, and this is, I'm not picking on anybody, department, but it might go to a department to fund salaries and wages, and that's not the purpose I see as the fund. It ought to go to various economic development initiatives. So hopefully we'll get that taken care of.
Can I respond?
Are you, okay?
I just would, thank you. This might be the one thing that you and I have really agreed on this year. So I guess a couple things for you. Who's accountable for why that is not happening? I mean, is that a department or a committee? And the second thing is there a report that shows all of us where those economic development funds go? This was earmarked for, there is. Who would we get that from?
There is a budget sheet, right, Victoria, that shows how the money is appropriated to the various departments and various, I guess, not resources, but various projects, let me put it that way. So there is a budget, and what I would recommend at your leisure sometime, you can go on the Legislative Post-Audit website, Kansas Legislative Post-Audit, and read the EDIF post-audit report, and that will really give you a lot of good information.
Thank you so much.
Representative Carlin?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A couple of things. When I look at this sheet on page 677, requesting enhancements for 2022. Now, we are on 2021 right now, but this is 2022 money. So that's kind of separate activity here, Mr. Chairman. But I add up the Arbuckle study money and the water injection dredging money, and I get 1.525 million, and I believe your motion was 1.4. 1 million? Oh, I thought I heard, well, I wasn't hearing you very well. Okay, so we're not going to fund it fully. Mr. Chair, could he answer what he intended there, please?
Thank you for your question, Representative. No, we just felt that if we get it started and all back is our intent and all for this 1 million instead of fully funding.
And I assume you've talked with staff from the water plan to devise this amount, and they feel it's adequate to get them moving. Okay, I don't have any problem with that. But and for Representative Gartner's comment about getting it structured right, we can do that just by what we're doing. We can put that 2 million in here. This is this committee's job. Why don't we do that? And if we did the 2 million, would that cover? And I don't know, maybe we could get an answer from staff.
Could I respond to that, Mr. Chairman?
Representative, go ahead.
Representative Carlin, you're exactly, we have done that over the last, what's this, my fifth year on Ag and Natural Resources Budget Committee, and I think I've done that 3 out of the last 5 years, and it never gets through approps. And so I'm sort of tired of beating my head against the wall and making that recommendation, because if you remember, 6 million by statute should come out of SDF, right, Victoria? And 2 million out of EDIF. And like we've discussed, that hadn't been funded since 2009. It's almost like not funding the LA TVR that we're supposed to be funding at 54 million, and we don't fund it. So, but getting back, that's why Representative Newland and I talked yesterday and discussed, and talked to the water office, and they're happy with $1 million. Maybe we have a better shot at getting $1 million approved through appropriations.
I believe your strategy then is to have a project that we're talking about rather than saying, here's your $2 million. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And Representative, there's 2 of us here on approach, so you can always ask again. Representative Gardner?
And I totally agree. We continue to defund or not fund the water office, which in my opinion is very important. I don't know why we don't ask for 2 million, and then you could go down to 1, maybe a little leverage, but anyways, I'm going to support this.
Representative Hahn?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So as I noted yesterday, this committee gives me heartburn, the fact that you've been on it for 5 years, Representative Gartner. God bless you. And I hate voting for any of these budgets as they are, but I truly believe that water is life, and that it's going to become more as important, if not more important, than oil where we are. And so I will also be voting favorably for this budget. Oh, this amendment. And as an add-on, I'll vote for the budget as well.
Any more discussion on the amendment? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Amendment passes. Any more discussion on the budget? Are you ready for a motion? I make a motion we pass out the Kansas Water Office budget. You had the motion? Okay. Do we have a second? Okay, as amended. So,
I second that.
huh? What, Victoria? Okay. Okay. So, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations. It's a good amendment. So, just a reminder for next week, we'll be here Wednesday and Thursday. House Bill 2203 is an asbestos bill. So we'll hear it on the 20th Wednesday and probably work it on Thursday. So if you have anything else for the good of the cause, does Connie or you all want to say anything before you're here? So anyway, thanks everybody for coming, and we're adjourned.
Representative Gart.
Victoria, we finished all the budgets, haven't we? Yesterday. We heard. That's it. I'm not trying to miss anything, Representative. So, yep. You're good till Wednesday. So I report these budgets out Tuesday. Wildlife and Parks, water.
Water, ADHE, and corporation.
So, Victoria, thank you for riding herd on us. I know it. Yeah, I know it.